Holy cow, man, it feels like it's been a while, a long while. You've been waiting long enough. Outage season is over for me, and here we go. I'm back, baby. We're back for another episode. The Himmelgod Has Spoken, episode number 22 for your Halloween weekend. I can't believe we're already here. Halloween weekend is upon us. It is time. It is time to get back into a normal routine. So thank you guys for everyone that's here. TJ Banks, what's going on? Alpha Excalibur, one of my mods in the house. Thank you for being here. As everyone's going to start piling in, weeks and weeks of anticipation finally back. What's up, Gina? Holy shit, we got everybody coming in. This is the Halloween episode, everybody. We're going to talk scary movies, scary games, some of your Halloween memories. We're going to talk about the new Halloween movie, which I had a chance to go see just a few days ago. So if you have not seen the Halloween movie, some spoilers could come into play. Steve Callan, what's up, man? There may be some spoilers. So I will warn you when I talk about the Halloween movie that there may be a spoiler or two if you're looking to go see the movie. It just premiered, just a few days ago? We're hours away from Red Dead Redemption 2, and holy cow, the reviews are through the roof. Some of them getting perfect 10s. We're going to get into that. Towards the end of the show, I will address the drama. Some drama going on another podcast. Some things that were aimed towards me personally. And what's up, Steve? And I'm going to address that. So a lot to get into. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. You guys in the chat, I want you all to have some fun tonight. We're just going to have a good time here. You know, it's kind of an up and down weekend. Also, picks for NFL week number 8. I'm already ahead of myself. Week number 8 in the NFL. I'm going to give you picks tonight. I'm going to start out with one right now. Houston and Miami are set to go in about a half hour. So during this show, I might as well get it out of the way. John Willis, TSS. Holy shit, man. What's up, guys? Good job on the video, by the way, this week, TSS. Houston and Miami, I'm picking the Houston Texans to beat my Miami Dolphins tonight on Thursday Night Football. So I might as well get that one out of the way, and we'll get to the rest of the picks later. So what's up, Sir Cardinal? Holy shit, man. Everybody's in here. Thank you guys so much for coming in, hanging out with me tonight, talking Halloween, talking about Evolution, which might really suck this weekend. I think WWE is so concerned about Crown Jewel that they forgot that there's an all-women's pay-per-view this weekend in Evolution. I think it might be a big shit fest. Even though I'm going to be in New York this weekend in Long Island for Evolution. So, Elias, what's up, man? He didn't miss anything. Holy cow, man. So we're going to talk about that. The Jabroni Jabber podcast. What's up, man? But things are looking a little shaky right now with New York. I just got a text this afternoon. What's up, Sarah? I got a text this afternoon from Delta because that's my flight that's going to be going to New York Saturday. And it blew my mind. We got a nor'easter on the way into New York this weekend. And my flight's going to be right in the middle of it. And they haven't canceled my flight yet. But they're talking to me about maybe rescheduling it because it may be delayed. So what does this mean about me in Minnesota? Probably sticking around for a little while, Gina. But it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass probably on Saturday, but we'll get more into that later. Because I'm really up there not as much for Evolution, but more for hanging out with Foulmouth Ken, Filthy Mouth Gamer, and Connie Chris. Blake's coming in from the West Coast. It's going to be a no-ma'am weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to a lot of great things that's going to happen. I'm still in a hotel right now. I finished up my outage season on Monday morning. So I'm adjusting from being up all night and sleeping all day to trying to be up during the day and sleep at night. So it's a pain in the ass. It hasn't worked out yet. So we'll see how that's going to go in a city that never sleeps. But thank you guys for being here to hang out so far today. We're just getting started. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Greatly appreciate it for everyone that's hanging out here. So thank you very much for that. Make sure you guys are supporting all the content creators in this community. I just said community tonight. I think we'll be saying that a lot. No sleep tonight because obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be out in just a matter of hours. But shit, I might go to the gym right after this, and then after I do the show, and then after I come back from the gym, start playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. This past week, we have Soul Calibur 6 was released. Yeah, thanks, Gina. Community. Just throwing that C word all over the place. I mean, I could think of the other C word. But sure, we'll be saying that a few times in New York. But yeah, we'll be mentioning community probably a lot tonight, and it's probably the most that you'll actually hear me say it. Dave25, what's going on? Dave25. Also want to shout out Chris Wood. Thank you, Chris Wood, becoming a new subscriber to the channel here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Not in a community, huh? So who said that? Was that Sir Cardinal? Yeah, that was Sir Cardinal. I will not be on Derailed this weekend, in case you guys are wondering. No Derailed for me this weekend. I did talk to Drew, and I will be on Derailed next weekend, defending my title of the one who beat, the first one who beat Trek. I know, Gina, you won last week, okay? Congratulations to you. It probably looks to be a triple threat match with Trek. Although I'll give you a spoiler alert, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. That's it. There you go. I'm just too good for this stuff, so I can't help it. But for everyone else, thank you here for hanging out. I made my first pick of the NFL this week. More to come. Twitter questions will be answered about scary movies, scary games, and whatnot, and your Halloween memories. Hell, post them in the chat. I'll make sure I read them. So thank you, Sarah, by the way. Make sure you guys are throwing some support to Joe Cronin Show. If you guys are brand new to this whole community thing, make sure you guys send some love over there to Joe Cronin. Thursday Night Throwdown is going on tonight. So that's going to be going on later on. And Joe obviously will also be playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So make sure you guys check that out. On Twitter, it's Corrupted Pod. And, of course, Joe Cronin Show over on YouTube. Of course, you get daily wrestling content. We'll be talking wrestling a little bit tonight. Roman Reigns talking about he had to drop the title as he is battling leukemia. We're going to get into that a little bit once we get to the wrestling portion of the show. A lot of heel and face turns this week. What's up, Blake? He's in the house, Blake619. Hey, Blake, you got to let me know what's going on with you and in your flight situation. Did you get any texts about your flight? Because I got one today about probably some delays, so let me know. Cool, Gina's going to be right back, so that's awesome. Oh, shit. Yeah, plenty of face and heel turns this week. Johnny Gargano, that's a big one. Check my messenger. I'll check that out, Blake. Appreciate it. Johnny Gargano, of course, turning heel. Elias is now a face. Obviously, Dean Ambrose turns heel. And the Big Show did not flip-flop, at least for the 32nd time. So we know that's coming around. Yes, we're going to be talking a lot about Halloween. I'm going to be talking about the Halloween movie. Make sure you guys support Ken, Foulmouth's Network. We just had Foulmouth's Live last night. Insomniac on Saturday. I'm pretty sure you'll be seeing me on Insomniac this Saturday. So make sure you guys check that out. Blake will also be on. So we'll be there live from Ken's place. As we're getting ready for Evolution on Sunday. So that's going to be a real blast to be up there in New York. We'll get into that a little bit. Billy Ricky, make sure you guys support Billy Ricky at BillyRicky03 on Twitter. And, of course, Billy Ricky on YouTube. I've been around the show for the past couple of weeks trying to check out as much as I can. Mia Nickel. I guess we're saying my nickel. What's up, Mia Nickel? Thank you very much. I guess that's just another way of saying my nickel. That's just the way to go. I'm at Disneyland for my birthday, about to finger Minnie Mouse's filthy go. Check out Blake. Holy shit, dude. Blake's on fire. Oh, man. And it's just another night for me here in Green Bay. So there you go. But a lot to get into here. Billy, yeah, make sure you guys support Billy Ricky. Check out Gatekeeper Drew Derailed this weekend. Two Marks crew, they're going to be off this week. They'll be back next week. They already asked if I'm going to be there for next week, and I said yes. So they have their show before Monetize This, and make sure you guys check them out. And I'm pretty sure they have some other stuff coming up over there on Two Marks especially because I need to get my name game title back. Okay, Fabe. Uh, Shout out to OK Fabe, man. Send him some love. So greatly appreciated. We're already 10 minutes into the show and I haven't talked about shit yet. What's up, Drew, in the house? So click the like button while you're here. Let's get right into it. One of the things I want to get into before we get into all the Halloween stuff and the picks for this weekend. How many of you guys have heard about this with YouTube? YouTube has... Oh, you found Snow White. There you go. Drew... Oh my God, not Drew. Blake has found Snow White. Oh boy. What's up, John Wills? Sausage is in the house. What's up, Sausage? YouTube, by the way, has a thing about Super Chat. And a lot of you guys know about Super Chat. And YouTube now is putting out a new policy with Super Chat that if your Super Chat is deemed abusive or offensive, that the content creator will lose that money from Super Chat, which I think is bullshit. All right, YouTube already is, I think when it comes to Super Chat, especially after the adpocalypse, we have Super Chat, and at least for content creators, it's another way for them to make some money. Now, of course, on my channel, I don't have Super Chat and all that stuff, nor am I even eligible anywhere near Super Chat. I only got 220 plus subs. I'm a long way from that, although I kind of have the hours of content, which they kind of showed me. But yeah, YouTube is going really PG here. But YouTube, in terms of Super Chat, takes a 30% cut of the money. So say if I donated $100, YouTube would get $30 of that money. So there you go. So $30 cents for every dollar. But YouTube now wants to take all the money away from a content creator if, say, someone says the N-word in a Super Chat. If someone says something that is deemed abusive in that Super Chat, want to take their money. And I think this is bullshit, you know, because content creators are working so hard to make money on YouTube or on Twitch or otherwise. Twitch, it's even harder, especially when you got the Twitch thoughts out there who wear their low-cut shirts, exposing their fucking cleavage and their tits practically everywhere, and they're getting all the money from the 12-year-old stealing mommy's credit card. I mean, you look at Amaranth or anybody else that probably makes tens of thousands of dollars through both Patreon and even into Twitch. So it's like, okay, you can't really compete there. But YouTube, and I look at Ken and Joe's streams, and you get some people that get really nasty in a Super Chat. So they're going to lose that money, which I think is fucking crazy, okay? It's not right. You know, so YouTube is saying they're going to take that money, taking it away from content creators and donating it to charity. They never said what charity, but they're saying they're going to donate it to charity. Instead of taking that 70% of that money that's supposed to go to a content creator, they want to go ahead and throw it to a charity. So this is another way that YouTube is fucking me over. And the fact is that or not me, I shouldn't even say that, but they're kind of fucking me a little bit because they're taking a bit of the money that should go to a content creator. But the fact that they're taking the money from a creator, throw it to a charity, and just giving the middle finger to people who are content creators. I mean, how would you feel if one of you guys were a content creator and they are taking money away from you? It's kind of fucked up. So, you know, you got the adpocalypse bullshit, which is kind of still carrying on, where some advertisers are saying, listen, I don't want to advertise on such and such channel because they might curse a lot. So it's like saying, okay, you can't say shit or fuck or whatever, but if you throw family-friendly content, you're okay, which really sucks. So I feel like YouTube, which used to be this bastion for everybody to voice themselves, you can't voice yourself no more, which is fucking bullshit, you know? Now we got to tell everybody to be PG. We're in a society where social justice warriors and all this other bullshit, Me Too, all these other things. Who, by the way, kind of putting into this whole thing. Kristen Bell, I think, is a good example. Kristen Bell puts out something on Twitter, and it was an example of Sleeping Beauty. And they show a picture of the prince kissing Sleeping Beauty to awaken her, and saying, well, technically, the prince didn't have consent to go ahead and do that. This is the day and age that we're in right now, that everyone is all about, like, this whole PG bullshit, this social justice bullshit, compared to a movie that was out when? In the 40s, probably? I mean, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, we're talking about shit that was back then was not really that as big of a deal as it is now. So now we're saying, okay, let's go edit Sleeping Beauty and say, hey, you can't kiss Sleeping Beauty now until you have a consent form that says you're okay. What's up, Casey Yates? It's bullshit. Everything is getting destroyed. Our freedoms are getting destroyed. Our freedom of speech has been destroyed for years now. And we're in a day and age where everybody is fighting everyone. Which is ridiculous. We're all so divided. We had the national anthem stuff. We've got the MAGA bomber thing going on right now. There's people crying over anime for crying out loud, because there was a certain anime that's out there on Crunchyroll right now that people are talking about where I see the Alpha just brought it up about the Kristen Bell thing. There's anime where people are like, I think one of them was kind of a torture porn kind of thing that was on there, and everyone's having a shit fit about that. I learned that about from It's a Gundam here on YouTube, talked about it. This SJW stuff is too much. This Me Too shit, too much. Okay? People talking about red wave, blue wave, all these things. We're so fucking divided when we're supposed to be a country that's supposed to be together. Or even for us here as a community, kind of to be together. We need that. And if we don't have that, we're kind of fucked. As a country, we're kind of fucked. As a world, we're kind of fucked. As a YouTube community, we're kind of fucked. And it's just going to get worse before it gets better. But I feel like it's already continuing to get worse. And if we don't change this shit around, what's going to happen to our future? That's kind of where we are right now. It's kind of really fucked up. So hopefully that we can make some changes in the coming years, whatever. Find a way to divert ourselves from all this bullshit. Come together as one, because this YouTube crap is all fucked up. Obviously everyone's going to start jumping ship, go YouTube to Twitch. It's happening right now. Of course you got to compete with the Twitch thoughts over there that want to take all the money. All right, ladies, I just helped you out. Low cut shirt, show your cleavage. Just go on there. You don't even have to have a personality. You'll get 1,000 viewers in no time. That's what they're doing, and they're doing ASMR and all that other bullshit to make money. And hey, listen, I'm not gonna knock the hustle, but it's kind of fucked up, because Twitch is supposed to be a gaming community, and now it's turning back into Justin TV all over again. And you wonder why Justin TV disappeared and made itself Twitch, and now it's coming the other way around. Sir Cardinal says, I'm doing ASMR part-time now. Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. Gina says, like I said, I'm going to paint my boobs and whisper my hatred while I do it. Gina, low-cut shirt, show the cleavage. You're going to be a millionaire. But yeah, Twitch is a mess, even on their new terms of service. I haven't done much with Twitch, but I mean, I've been working. There's no way to do shit. So I have to record stuff. So I can't do as much on one thing compared to another. But hopefully in about 2 weeks, once I'm back in Florida, we'll be back on Twitch. We'll do more live streams on YouTube, because I got so many games to sit around and play. We're still in the middle of South Park. Still in the middle of God of War. Still in the middle of fucking Spider-Man. And now we're adding Red Dead Redemption 2 on top of that. So it's a fucking mess, man. But YouTube needs to fix their shit. Obviously, Twitch needs to fix their shit. And hopefully that will change very soon. Sir Cardinal says, I'm going to get monetized in time. You do. Sir Cardinal's doing very good in terms of with sports and doing play-by-play. I think he's done a very good job on that. So Elias says, I'm finished with God of War and South Park, so I'm good. So there you go. Will's like, I hadn't lost my job, I would have Red Dead. So there you go. KCH, Gina, everybody in the house. Picks. Let's just get right to the picks here. Let's start out with the NFL. We're going to get this one out of the way, and then we're going to get to Evolution. So we'll keep things rolling here this week. But the picks very quickly. I'm writing them down as I go. Last week was not a very good week for me. I think I was maybe just barely above 500 in my picks last week. So that was a tough one. Gina's going Dolphins tonight. As much as I love the Dolphins, I'm a Dolphins fan through and through, as much as I am as a Green Bay fan. I have to pick Houston tonight. But optimistically, I think that the Dolphins can win. But I am picking the Texans tonight. Texans right now 7.5 point favorite coming in tonight. So let's get to the Sunday games here real quick. Wait, J.J. Watt. Oh, yeah, here comes Gina. Any woman when it comes to the Texans, J.J. Watt, oh, my God, J.J. Watt. And they changed their mind real quick. So there you go. Sunday games, let's get right to it. Eagles and Jaguars. Eagles right now a 3-point favorite in this game. And this is a game that's very shaky. The Jaguars have not been very good in the last couple of weeks. Will 10 doesn't like the sports talk. Come back in like 5-10 minutes. You'll be fine. Eagles, Jags. Jags have not been very good offensively in the past few weeks. Eagles, they're hit or miss. They're going to be good one week and they suck another. And this is in Jacksonville. This is a hard one for me to pick, but it's hard for me to go away from the defending champs in this one. So I am going to pick the Eagles because, let's face it, the Jags' offense is absolutely horrible, and they've done nothing to prove otherwise. Defensively, good team. Offensively, suck ass. Jets and the Bears. Bears coming in 7.5 point favorites at home on Soldier Field. This is a no-brainer. The Bears have struggled in the last couple of weeks, but they're not going to struggle against the Jets. Okay? Pretty much about everybody can roll through the New York Jets right now. So I'm picking the Chicago Bears. No surprise. Bucks and Bengals in Cincinnati. Cincinnati now a 4-point favorite coming into this game. Again, this is one of those games I just feel like is a no-brainer pick. And I am going to go with the Bengals. I can't see anything special coming out of Tampa Bay right now. So there you go. Steve Callen says, I don't watch the NFL, only the Canadian Football League. How's Johnny Manziel doing over there? Just a little thought. Seahawks and the Lions. Lions a 3-point favorite. Detroit is, again, one of those teams where you just don't know who's going to show up. They showed up last week against Miami, though. But the Seahawks, kind of the same situation here. In Detroit, Lions 3-point favorite. That I'm going to go ahead and take the Seahawks in this game. You know, I'm just not ready to give up on Seattle yet. Broncos and Chiefs, AFC West matchup. Chiefs are a 10-point favorite, and it's not even the biggest spread this week. Chiefs are going to get things done there. So this, again, another no-brainer. I feel like this is a lot of no-brainer ones here. But sorry, Denver, it's just not going to happen. Redskins and the Giants. Surprisingly, the Giants are a 1-point favorite in this game, and I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I just don't give a fuck if the Giants are a favorite in this game because I just don't see it. This is one of those games where I'm already going against the grain and saying, look, Redskins are winning. I just can't see the Giants really pulling that off at all. Honestly, the Giants are fucking horrible, and there's just no way around that. Browns-Steelers. We all remember this game from week 1, which ended in a tie. Here we are, Steelers, an 8.5 point favorite at home against Cleveland. We're not going to see a tie. We're not going to see overtime. The Steelers are winning this game. The problem with the Steelers, though, if you really think about it, is that they play down to their opponents. This is a commonality for quite a few teams in the NFL. The Eagles, I can say the same thing. They really play down to their opponent. The Packers sometimes play down to their opponents, and it's messed up. So Steelers are winning on this one. Sorry to hear the connection's breaking up a little bit. It's good on my side, but I'm sorry to hear if it's breaking up a little. It should pick itself up in a little bit, so I'll keep an eye on that. Ravens, Panthers. Ravens a 2-point favorite. Ravens have been a little surprising this year. But as far as the Panthers are concerned, in Carolina, it's hard for me to take the Ravens in this game. All right. I'm going to end up taking the Panthers in this one, going against the grain. I'm going to not take the Ravens in this one. Okay, so Panthers win at home in this game. Just the way I see it. Colts, Raiders. The Raiders, by the way, another trade. They have. It's ridiculous for how many first-round picks at this point, which is the common joke right now, for how many first-round picks the Raiders are going to have, not just in next year's draft, but in the 2020 draft as well. And that's great for the Raiders, but obviously they're not going to win on Sunday, so they're battling for the number one pick. And with all the other first-round picks, congratulations to the Raiders. You're pretty much going to be on the clock when the season's over. Colts winning in Oakland. Packers and Rams. Rams a 9.5-point favorite in this one. The Rams are really, when you look at them, are a team that is so gelling together. They're really coming together, especially at the right time of the season. And it's hard for me to say when you see a 9.5-point favorite, you would think that the Packers starting quarterback is a Brett Hundley or a Deshaun Kaiser. And that's not the case. It's Aaron Rodgers coming into this game. Randall Cobb is going to be back for this week. But to say that the Packers, with Randall Cobb back, haven't heard anything about Geronimo Allison yet. But with Cobb and even with Devontae Adams, their defense is really where they're just not that great defensively. I think I checked today, 24th in the NFL in total defense. And that's not very good against a Rams offense that's on fire. And as much as Green Bay can score points, and they will, the potential for them to score 30 points is very good. The Rams, on the other side, are just going to get things done in no matter what Aaron Rodgers does in this game. So I am going to go with the Rams here over the Green Bay Packers. And especially the Packers coming off a bye, a little bit healthier, but it's probably just not going to be enough. Now, it could help them a little bit next week against the New England Patriots, but not here against the Rams. Rams all day on this one. 49ers and Cardinals in a game that probably nobody is going to watch because both of these teams are fucking horrible. Cardinals, 1-point favorite at home, not winning. 49ers are taking this one. I still think that the 49ers, a lot of people look at them as in the Packers game that I went to on Monday Night Football, surprised me. And I still think that they are going to be the ones that are going to pull a win out. And Cardinals will be competing with the Oakland Raiders for that first pick in the draft. Saints and Vikings, this is going to be a good Sunday nighter. This is a Sunday night game, even though I'll be at Evolution. I want to pay attention to this fucking game because this is going to be awesome. This is an offensive juggernaut showdown on Sunday Night Football, a game that everybody's going to want to watch. Vikings are a 1-point favorite at home in Minnesota. But it's hard for me to sit there and not say that Drew Brees is going to fucking light it up. He's going to light it up in this game. And as much, I know Gina's a big Vikings fan, but I'm sorry, Gina. It's the Saints. They're going to win on Sunday Night Football. I think the Saints right now, in terms of teams in the NFC other than the Rams, I think when you look at the Rams and then you look at the Saints and how these two are probably going to come together in the NFC Championship game, it's just going to blow me away. As much as the crowd you might have, Gina, it's not going to matter. This Drew fucking Brees, and you're playing, in an enclosed stadium? Come on. No. Not going to happen. Monday night, Patriots and the Bills. And this is the biggest spread of the week. 14-point favorite. 2 touchdowns favorite for the New England Patriots. Is it no surprise to anyone in this game that the Patriots are not going to win? There's no way. The Buffalo Bills, a year ago, were an interesting team. This year, they suck balls. They're terrible. So it looked good last year probably when they made the schedule and said, oh, Bills, Patriots, this is going to be great. No, it ain't. New England, all day, Monday Night Football. So there you go. So let me run it down one more time. Texans, Eagles, Bears, Bengals, Seahawks, Chiefs, Redskins, Steelers, Panthers, Colts, Rams, 49ers, Saints, and Patriots. There's your winners. And I've said it. Take my word with a grain of salt, because that's the way I see it. But I think I'm going to have a really good week in terms of my picks this week. So there you go. All right, so the other event this weekend we're going to make picks for is WWE Evolution, which has been booked very poorly. It doesn't look like a great event at all. However, as I said, I'm not there in New York for Evolution. I'm there to hang out with foul-mouths, not for Evolution. But still going to happen. I'll still be at the event. Still going to have a good time. I'll probably be drunk as hell. I don't care. Evolution, by the way, and Elias, you're correct, is going to be for 7 hours. They have 7 hours of content on Sunday from, what was it, like 3, 4 o'clock all the way to the end. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing for 7 hours? Obviously, I think they're throwing some old matches together, ride along, and a few other things before they get to Evolution itself. But you look at this 7-match card and say, how are you going to fill 3 hours with this? Or close to 3 hours for this kind of event is beyond me. Obviously, they need some pre-show. There's a 1-hour pre-show. So I don't know what kind of matches they're going to have in the pre-show. But let's see. Evolution has been placed as a non-televised event on the network instead of a pay-per-view. Wow. So they're not showing Evolution? Is that what I'm getting? They're not showing it? Because if that's the case, that's kind of fucked up. For an event you're going to have in New York, and you've been promoting this thing, how do you not have it on? So changing their mind, yeah, clearly you can tell their focus was on Crown Jewel and not on this. Kind of fucked up. But we're going to go over the card, and I'm going to make my picks. I will be there, so I will have some video. So it's not being promoted as a pay-per-view. They're still showing. So it's a special event, basically. So they're still going to show it. But it's going to suck because it's booked so poorly in some of these matches. It's not really looking that great. But there's maybe 2 matches on this card that I'm actually really interested in. And other than that, the rest is filler. It's like garbage. Who cares? No one's going to care. Nothing's really going to come out of this to say to move the storylines forward. Well, a little bit. One can get some closure, which is going to be the Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair situation. We can get some closure on that and end that shit, because I'm really getting bored of seeing the 2 of them face off. Give me someone else to face off against Becky, and I think we're going to get that eventually. But let me run down the card and make the picks so we can get into the Halloween stuff and have some fun. Evolution to start out with the 6-woman tag match: Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. This is where a missed opportunity was for WWE, where Rhea Ripley. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about Rhea Ripley. Whew. Let me tell you. They really missed an opportunity when I think about the Trish Stratus situation, where they could have had Trish Stratus take on Sasha Banks, and as a one-on-one match would have been awesome. But instead, we got the 6-person match against the Riot Squad. And Sasha Banks, who just came back this past Monday on Raw, came up short against Ruby Riott. And rumor is that this match is going to turn into tag. I've heard that, Gina, and you are correct. I've heard this about the tag belts. Obviously, where Sasha and Bayley obviously been put together as a team in this situation, Natalya's kind of that odd person out. And then you got the Riot Squad, which they could do the Freebird rule and all that other bullshit. But as far as this match goes, it's hard for me, once again, to not pick the Riot Squad. Because, listen, Sasha and Bayley, eventually they're going to be the tag champs. But if they don't introduce the belt in this match. So if they don't introduce the belt in this match, or the belts in this match, then it's going to be the Riot Squad. However, if the belts do get introduced, this is where Sasha and Bayley come in, being tag champs. So I got to play the situation as I see it right now, that they don't have them at this time. And I am going to pick the Riot Squad to go over on this one. So on Seat Hub, Evolution tickets only $14. Holy shit. Now you know it's bad when you have a sort of pay-per-view like event not living up to its expectation. A lot of empty seats, I can tell you right now, at the Nassau Coliseum, and I will be there on Sunday. The Women's Battle Royal. Who is not really interested in a Women's Battle Royal? Now, the winner of this match is going to get a future championship opportunity. So that's a good thing. We're going to get some legends in this one, legends / divas. And then, of course, you got your current stars. I don't see a legend or diva winning this Battle Royal at all. So you can pretty much count them all out. I'm looking at 2 individuals that are going to win this Battle Royal. One, obviously, Asuka. Makes sense. Asuka's kind of like, she needs something to compete for. And winning this makes up a lot of sense. We might have a few NXT call-ups, Gina. I think we will see that. The other person I can see winning this is Ember Moon. So I'm kind of between Asuka and Ember Moon winning this. I hope Nikki Cross is in this. That would be awesome. Because she's been really big on NXT lately. So, especially in the Aleister Black storyline. We'll get into that a little bit. But I'm between those 2, Ember Moon and Asuka. I feel like that we're seeing a program coming together with Ember Moon and Nia Jax. And I feel like at this point, Grimm and his family will be there Sunday. Oh boy, that'll be interesting. Grimm's Toy Show running into the Himmelgod. Yeah, that's going to be fun right there. But Grimm might not survive. So there you go. Grimm, you might not make it, man. You're coming up against the Himmelgod. But in this event, Ember Moon, Asuka, I don't know if they'll be the last 2 or close to the last 2. But Ember Moon obviously is going to have a program with Nia. They could be together for tag titles. I wouldn't be too surprised. Thank you, Gina. But also, Asuka needs that women's championship eventually, or an opportunity again to compete for the championship. And, Asuka and Naomi. But I'm going to pick Asuka to win the Battle Royal, to get her shot at a women's championship, whichever one it may be. So, yeah, Tamina's not winning. Come on. Tamina is not winning. That's not going to happen. Speaking of tag team match here. Trish Stratus and Lita, of course, from the Attitude Era, taking on Alexa Bliss, supposedly, and Mickie James. If Alexa Bliss can't go in this one, obviously Alicia Fox is going to take over. We did see Alicia Fox on Monday Night Raw, and I kind of just didn't care because I feel like if Alicia Fox and Mickie James are going to be in this match, then we know who's going to win, and that's going to be Trish and Lita. Now, I think if Alexa Bliss was in this match, that's where I might shift in the other direction to say, okay, now Alexa, make her look strong again because she hasn't looked as good in the past, couple months? So I feel like she needs something, and this is that opportunity. Now, say if Alexa and Mickie James lose this match, obviously Alexa's not going to get pinned or submitted at all. Obviously, Mickie James would be the one to eat it. Now, if you have Alicia Fox in this situation and Mickie James, yeah, that biscuit butt swaying me. Yeah, thanks, Gina. If you have Alicia Fox and Mickie James, but now, okay, we could take Mickie James out of the way, and Alicia Fox is the one that eats the pin, because that's what Alicia Fox is, the eater of pins. All right, so you look at it that way, it's like Trish Stratus and Lita taking on, a jobber and an enhancement talent versus a superstar in Alexa and an enhancement talent in Mickie. I think Mickie is going to turn. She's a veteran. Makes sense for her to turn, says Gina. I could see that. But I don't see it in this match. So right now, my pick is going to be Trish Stratus and Lita to winning this match. Because I just feel like that we're not really going to see Alexa, and I think we're going to see Alicia Fox. Again, missed opportunity where Trish Stratus could have took on Sasha Banks. And again, WWE, missed opportunity. So, Dan Rex called me Brian the Biscuit Butt Eater. Thanks. But if I look at this card, I need more heels in this. We can't just have all faces all night. We need some heels winning. That's why I picked the Riot Squad so far. But we need a little bit more in terms of heels winning in this event. The 2018 Mae Young Classic is going to have the final match here. Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. And I can tell you right now, WWE all in on fucking Toni Storm right now. I think she's only 23 too. So it's like, man, you got a young freaking Toni Storm, who's awesome, by the way. And Io Shirai is very good as well. So, but I feel like, we had Kairi Sane last year, and I feel like I want to go the other direction. Toni Storm, of course, is part of NXT UK, and Io Shirai, obviously, yes, they're both signed. So, yeah, what does it matter? Trust me, it matters to me, because I want the hot Toni Storm winning the Mae Young Classic. It just feels like how they're so all in on her. Yes, Io is awesome, but so is Toni Storm. And you can tell how big WWE is on Toni Storm right now. So I am picking Toni Storm winning the Mae Young Classic in what is one of the two matches I'm looking forward to. I want these two to turn in a 20-25 minute match. Give me something that is going to be so awesome that tears the freaking house down. That's what we're going to see in this match. Both of them are going to tear the fucking roof off, because this is going to be the first match I'm really excited for. Obviously, the other one is Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So, there you go. NXT Women's Championship on the line. Kairi Sane, the champ, takes on Shayna Baszler. Again, I'm in this situation where we're looking at all these title matches, and I feel like a title match of matches that really the title belt's probably not going to change hands. And as much as I like Kairi Sane, it's not like she's really lighting the world on fire for me. Whereas Shayna Baszler, yeah, is more than likely going to get called up. Both of them are probably getting called up. Wouldn't be too surprised on that. I think they need Kairi Sane right now. They need Shayna Baszler, especially maybe with a Ronda Rousey kind of thing. You have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So this is a really hard one to choose. And I've been contemplating this. I've been going back and forth on this. And in the end, when it's all said and done, again, I think we'll have an interesting match. I kind of like the match they had at NXT TakeOver. But in this situation, I'm going to pick Kairi Sane to retain the championship over Shayna Baszler. Because if Shayna Baszler is getting called up, it kind of just makes sense. So there you go. SmackDown Women's Championship. Surprisingly, this is not the main event. This fucking kills me how this match is not the main event. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and there's no way this belt's changing hands. If this belt changes fucking hands, I will fucking riot in the Nassau Coliseum. There is no way, and not any fan that's in attendance wants to see Becky Lynch lose. No way. She's looked awesome right now. She's not technically really a heel to me. She's more of a cool heel to me, not a true heel. So even though the way she's acting, the attitude and everything is very heelish, but she's more of a cool heel. The fans are really over on Becky Lynch, and it makes sense. So I hope Becky wins, but if she loses, it's probably because she's going to get her jaw repaired. Oh, that's a good thought. But I can't see the belt going back to Charlotte. They need to set Charlotte up eventually for the future. She doesn't really need the belt right now, because you want to see her in a match eventually with Ronda Rousey and everything going forward. So I'm going to stick with my gut on this. Jaw repair or not, I'm sticking Becky Lynch to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Raw Women's Championship obviously is going to be the main event in this whole thing. Ronda Rousey, the champ, taking on the diva, Nikki Bella. I love how they say they don't want to mention divas anymore. But yet Nikki Bella's like, you're going to hate it when a diva beats you. Why are we still mentioning divas? I just don't understand. I don't like the mentioning divas anymore. I want it to go away. But this match is a mismatch. An absolute mismatch. There's no way, in any way, shape, or form, that Ronda Rousey is going to lose to Nikki Bella. There's no way that Nikki Bella could take down Ronda Rousey. This could be like one of those quick matches. Ronda Rousey could probably take out Nikki Bella within a minute. Sure, they're going to make it look strong. They're going to make Nikki look strong in this, but it doesn't really matter. The Bella's time is practically over. So we're getting that one last hurrah. You're not going to have Brie change the outcome. They might try and pull a twin magic, but I don't think that's going to happen. It could happen. They might try and pull that. Brie's going to have to change her look a little bit to look like Nikki if that's the case, if they try to pull the twin magic routine, which could happen. But there's no way that I see Ronda Rousey losing the belt. This is not someone you want to lose the belt to. If Ronda Rousey's going to lose the belt, it's not going to be to Nikki Bella, okay? There's just no way. Let's get real. They no longer look alike. I know, but yet WWE. I mean, you know what they're gonna think at that in that opportunity. They'll be like, "Oh, they pulled the twin magic again." Not gonna happen. Ronda Rousey in an armbar, and this match could end very quickly. So there you go. Evolution is pretty much going to suck. It's not going to be that entertaining. I'm going to have fun either way. I'll probably be drinking a lot of beer before I get in, and while I'm in there, probably having a few more beers at the same time. So it's going to be fun either way. I'm going to make the fun the best as humanly possible, and when it's all said and done, in the end, I'm going to have a great time. That's how it's going to be. I'm going to have a great time. The fans, are going to be like, maybe they'll be cheering CM Punk. Who knows? CM Punk not in the World Cup tournament, according to Shane McMahon. I thought that was really neat. This past Monday, I want to kind of get into my thoughts on the whole Roman Reigns thing. And I might sound pretty shitty about this at first, but I'm not completely that way. This past Monday, Roman Reigns announced to the world that he is battling leukemia. And I was devastated when I heard this news, that it was really it's a very difficult thing for anyone to come out to the ring and say whether they're battling a disease or whether they have to retire or whatnot. It's a very hard thing to go through. And the first thing that went to my mind when he announced that he had leukemia and he was relinquishing the title, I had a few things come to mind. The first thing that came to mind is Roman Reigns joining John Cena and Daniel Bryan by saying, I'm not going to be at Crown Jewel. Because we're hearing that John Cena doesn't want to be at Crown Jewel, that he's not going to be there because it's in Saudi Arabia and the whole Saudi Arabia situation. Daniel Bryan kind of in there as well. He was reported the same thing. I'm thinking, okay, well, this WWE saying, well, if Roman, you're not going to be there, you have to drop the title. So we need to make up something that you're not going to be there. So that was the first thing that went through my mind. The next thing that went through my mind was, is this a work? And I quickly went to Wikipedia. Yeah, we all run to Wikipedia. So the first place I went to was Wikipedia. And I said, okay, we look up anything that mentions Roman Reigns linked to leukemia. Guess what I found? Zero anything linking Roman Reigns, or even to his real name, with leukemia. Nothing. So the first thing I thought of was, oh shit, it's a work. They're going to get him over. They're doing anything at this point to get Roman over, and now they found a way to do it by announcing that he has leukemia, dropping the belt. And that was the terrible side of me, saying, "Oh fuck, this is bullshit." And then I said to myself as the commercials aired, and I'm getting through the whole stuff on the internet about Roman Reigns and leukemia, and not seeing anything on any search about it from anything that would link it to him 11 years ago. Nothing there. So I thought it was a work. But I thought about this and I said, here's WWE doing this whole thing on breast cancer. Now, granted, Susan G. Komen is not like the best thing when you're having a group organization together to fight breast cancer, because we know how much money Susan G. Komen pockets before it goes to breast cancer research. We know this. Thank you, CM Punk. He mentioned that already. But if you have the WWE with the whole thing in breast cancer awareness, and then have Roman Reigns announcing he's got leukemia, how bad would it look on the WWE to fake cancer? That's why all of a sudden my thoughts turned and said, okay, this is bad. There's no way they're faking this now. Connor's Cure, thank you, Gina, is another one. it would look so bad for Susan G. Komen. You got the Connor's Cure. So there was no, after a while, I kind of came to my senses and said, this is real. This has to be real. It can't be a work. It can't be bullshit. Look at the emotion coming from everyone about this whole thing. Even though there was nothing on the internet saying that he had leukemia 11 years ago. But I kind of came to that conclusion. This is not a work. It's real. It sucks because this is not what we want to see from anyone. You don't want to pray for anyone to have cancer in any way, shape, or form. And I mean, I didn't cry. I know, Gina, I guess you did. But I wish Roman Reigns the best in this one. He's got to fight cancer. I mean, my mom went through breast cancer. She is a breast cancer survivor. And I don't wish cancer on anybody. As much as I don't like Roman Reigns at all, I can't sit there and say that I would go as far as to say this is bullshit. I think it's real, and I think for all of us, we have to look at it and say, Roman Reigns, get well soon, come back. Hopefully it's not the Royal Rumble. Okay? So I think he's going to be out for a while. I think, on Joe Cronin Show, they mentioned this, a year, maybe a year and a half, that Roman Reigns could be out. So, or he could be done for good. And that would really suck, because you don't want to see someone's career end to this. As much as we boo Roman Reigns, is because we think his promo skills are weak, or his in-ring work is not as great as other superstars. We don't wish anything bad for them. This is a hard time. I agree, Gina. It's not an easy time for him. It's not, but the fans have been very supportive. Obviously, if he does come back, he's going to get the hero's welcome. No surprise there from anyone that he's going to get a hero's welcome when he comes back to the WWE. And I wish Roman the best. I'll probably cheer, but fans might come back to their senses maybe in a month after he comes back and the boos return. But, all that aside, fucking cancer sucks. And all I can hope for is that he gets well very soon. And as far as the Dean Ambrose heel turn is concerned on Monday Night Raw, they needed it. It needed to happen. The show must go on. And in this case, with Dean Ambrose, it needed to happen. So, I mean, we've been waiting for a Dean Ambrose heel turn since when? SummerSlam? And finally we get it? He looked like a heel when he came back. So it made sense. And I was happy for that. Yet they won the tag belts. So I'm trying to figure out what's happening with the tag belts. So are they technically still the tag team champions, or are they going to be vacated? It's kind of hard to have them vacated when your Universal title is vacated. But I love how someone brought up how the Universal title is like a curse. And if you think about it, I mean, Finn Balor, the first ever champion, had to vacate the title because he was hurt, right? Kevin Owens was not the greatest Universal champion. It was okay. He was doing okay, but I didn't like the way he was being booked as a champion, and then lost to Goldberg. And we all know how Goldberg's reign was. It was stupid and forgettable. Of course, you have Brock Lesnar with the belt, and you never saw it, okay? And then now we have Roman Reigns with the belt, and then now he's vacated it. So really, the Universal title has not had a very good run. And here we come into Crown Jewel next week, which I'll have picks for that for next week. And Braun Strowman's going to face Brock Lesnar. And it's funny how some media outlets right now are saying that Brock Lesnar is the best way to go for the Universal belt so that they can focus on Dean and Seth. And I said, yeah, but you just got the belt back on television. Now you're going to take the belt off of TV for Brock Lesnar? No way. I'd rather see Braun Strowman be the champ. He's due. I don't want to see Lesnar champ again. I agree, Elias. I don't want to see Lesnar holding that belt anymore. No one does. So please, WWE, come to your senses. You can have Brock Lesnar there for a match, but God forbid, do not put the fucking belt on him. No one wants it. We don't want a World Cup match either, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. And If they put it on Brock Lesnar, watch how things go even further in the tank for the WWE. Just saying. Brock Lesnar will get these heads. I'm telling you, he's definitely going to. We want to see Braun Strowman win it, but I'm wondering if WWE is still not that sold on Braun Strowman as the face of the company. Just a thought. You know how they prize the Universal title more than their own WWE Championship. Go figure. Anyway, enough of the formalities out of place. For about an hour in this episode. We need to talk Halloween. As Halloween is upon us this weekend, Halloween weekend, Slutoween weekend, all that stuff is going on. And Halloween itself, we're just under a week away. Next week on Wednesday is Halloween. But this weekend is when you get all your Halloween parties. So this is the time. So here we go. We're going to talk Halloween. We're going to talk scary movies, Halloween traditions. We're going to talk the Halloween movie that just recently was released, because I did get a chance to watch it this week. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll talk scary stuff. So scary games, scary movies. This is your chance. Everybody in the chat, chime in. Here we go. This is what we've all been waiting for, all the Halloween stuff. And I want to get right into it. So first things first, let's get into the Halloween movie. So spoiler alert for anyone who has not seen the new Halloween movie. Okay? If you've been looking to see it and you've been wanting to see this, and I'm about ready to talk about it right now, you might hear some spoilers. So there's your warning. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, come back in about 10 minutes. You'll be fine. But no, I don't want Michael Himmelgod Myers coming to kill me. We'll get into that here in the theater. Let me put it this way. In the movie theater this week, when I went to go watch the movie, there wasn't a lot of people in the theater because I went to a matinee show during the week, so there's usually not a lot of people in there. You get a couple diehards and a few people that come in and come watch it. And I sat there through the movie, and like any movie at this point, I always sit through the freaking credits. Why? Because I've been accustomed to a lot of movies I've went to for post-credit scenes, which is absolutely insane. So many post-credit stuff. And I was thinking in the Halloween movie, we're going to have a post-credit scene. Well, they didn't have a scene. They had a post-credits moment that if you've seen the original Halloween, you would know, which is the Michael Myers breathing. So obviously in any horror movie, you know the killer's just not dead. But anyway, during that time, while the credits are rolling, there's these three women that are sitting up towards the front. And they're just sitting there and they're talking and yapping. I'm in a row by myself, sitting through the credits, a few rows back. And they're getting up and they're getting ready to leave. And then they turn around and they see me. And once they see me just sitting in the theater, what's up, Shannon? Mrs. Foulmouth Ken's in the house. They see me in the theater. They turn around, they look at me. And in a dark theater, the lights have not come on, nothing. They're looking, they see me, and they say, "You're not Michael Myers, are you?" So this is what I did. Sitting in that seat, as they're looking, I got up slowly, made the turn, and walked towards them. Slow turn, walked towards them, making my way across the aisle, because I was in the center, making my way down the stairs. As soon as I started making my way down the stairs, they ran. They literally ran out of the theater, scared their asses off. And as I walk out the theater, and I have trash behind me, and I'm like throwing my trash, and I'm walking out the theater, and they're looking at me going, "You just scared the shit out of us." And I'm just like, sorry. I mean, I did it for shits and giggles, and I thought it was great. So yeah, they probably pissed their pants, but I thought it was awesome. I mean, these three women were practically like in their 30s, and I thought it was just absolutely fantastic to scare the crap out of them. Made them think that I was Michael Myers, of all people, as I'm walking out the theater. So I thought that was awesome. Great moment in that movie theater. And it's funny because Sir Cardinal's been making a lot of Photoshops, and he put my face like it's the mask, which is really cool. If you guys have seen the Michael Myers mask, it's like a William Shatner mask. So you sit there and you have it on, and he made the Photoshop of it. And it's funny how if you take that mask and then you look at me, and it's like, wow, it's almost a resemblance. And thank you. Gina says, you look just like him. And I'm like, holy shit. So all I needed was a knife to go around in the theater and then have the Halloween music playing as they run out the theater, and start stabbing people. So I thought it was great, but they ran out of the theater in terror. So I thought it was awesome. But I had to have my moment. Every once in a while, you just have to have your moment. But I thought that was great. But here, Halloween, let's get right to it. First off, I'm going to tell you, if those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, at highoctane_buzz, which I should have told you at the beginning of the episode and I didn't, but that's okay. I already told you the movie's really good. This movie right now, the Halloween movie, is considered now the official sequel to the 1978 original. So 40 years later is what we're looking at. This movie ignores every sequel in the reboot. Okay? So everything that you've seen from Halloween, forget it. The only movies you need to see is the original and then this one. That's it. Forget about Season of the Witch. Even though there was a good nod to Season of the Witch in this movie, they did have that. They had a nod even to Halloween 2 in this movie. They even kind of had a nod to Halloween 4 in this movie. What's up, Joe? Holy shit. Joe Cronin in the house. Hopefully he's at Evolution this weekend. But there was a nod to some of these movies that were in this one. And what surprised me is when I watched the opening credits is that Danny McBride was a producer on this movie. Which is like, wait a minute, he's more of a comedy guy. And we have him here in fucking Halloween, which is just weird. But there were some comedic moments that took place in this movie, especially between two cops talking about a fucking sandwich. They spent like a good, 3-4 minutes talking about a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich that had the audience like, okay, that's funny. So I thought that was interesting. And I says, okay, that was cool. And then, of course, you have some of the teenage drama that's here with the character. I think her name's Allison, I think it was. That's the granddaughter of Laurie Strode. So this was a very interesting thing yet. Yeah, you haven't seen the Halloween movie yet? Yeah, you got to go see it, Joe. It's really fucking good. It's really good. But there were some plot lines that went to a certain point and then just went and disappeared. That they didn't matter. But I will say that the kills were very brutal. And what I really liked the fact in this movie is that some of the kills were not shown on screen, which I think is great. Don't show all the fucking kills on screen. So we got to see Michael Myers make some brutal kills, but some of them that you didn't see, you see the body later, and then you can use your head and imagine what the hell Michael Myers did to this one person. So I thought that was awesome for them to do that and not show everything, because I feel like that if you show everything, it's just fucked up. No one wants that crap. No one wants to see everything on screen. No, it is not PG in any way, Elias. It is not fucking PG. When they came out and he killed someone, they had one where you see the knife going right through the person's neck, okay, from behind, and then getting right here, and you see the rest of the blade right there coming through their neck. It was great. And some of the kills, like the two podcasters that they had. So when you see one of the podcasters and he has the mask of Michael Myers and he's holding it up, and you see everybody else in that hospital kind of just all freaking out, because we all know that Michael is raged on pure evil, okay, yet still human. All right, he's a human being, but he's pure evil. And you see the people when he holds up the mask in that area, and you see, again, something that was shown in the trailer, and then you see all the other people in that yard freaking out because of that mask and the pure evil of Michael Myers. So that was very interesting. So it's like they had the mask from 40 years ago, and he's holding it up, Michael! You get it. There was a nod to Dr. Loomis in the movie, because obviously you can't have Halloween without another doctor who's been studying Michael for all these years. And I love Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie, just looking and going, oh, so you're the new Dr. Loomis. So I thought that was neat. There was a great moment with that. And again, the theater had a great laugh on it in that scene. So, hey, Danny McBride, everybody. But the kills are very good in this movie. You get all the women together. You get Jamie Lee Curtis, and then you get Judy Greer, who plays the daughter Laurie, and then of course you have Allison, the granddaughter, and having that house with the panic room and all this shit. But it was really used as more of a trap for Michael Myers, that if he was to come, that they would lure him to the house and then they could trap him there. Again, they played that role. And then, of course, they had a good nod to the original Halloween, where if you remember in the original movie, where Michael Myers fell off the balcony, and then Laurie looks from the balcony. First, you see not Laurie, was it Laurie or was it the doctor? That when they look and then the body's gone. So they played homage to that scene, but in reverse. But this time, Laurie going off the balcony, and when Michael being knocked down by Michael Myers, and when Michael Myers comes over to the balcony, Laurie's gone. So again, they played that role, just in complete reverse, and it was like, okay, that's cool. They threw a lot of homages to that original movie, and then throwing a few other things from the sequels, including Season of the Witch, which was like the Halloween Mass kind of thing. They kind of played into that a little bit, even though, remember, it's retconned. It's not part of the official canon for Halloween anymore. So it's like, we can just throw it in there, whatever. I didn't really see Silver Shamrock or anything, but at least they had everything else. I know everyone pisses on freaking Halloween 3, but I like the fact that they tried to do something to go in a different direction. And even though there's no Michael Myers in it, you have to admire them for trying something different to make an anthology for Halloween. But it is what it is. But overall, the movie's really good. But there was a scene at the end. Spoiler warning here, folks. Spoiler warning. I'm throwing it out there. Michael Myers gets burned at the end of the movie. Again, kind of throwing back to Halloween 2. But remember, Halloween 2 no longer exists. But they trap him. They burn him. And you would think that he's dead. But, of course, you don't see the body later. And at the end credits, we hear him breathing. So it basically means, okay, he's alive. But at the end of the movie, I started thinking about this. You see the three women in the truck escaping from now burning down house that Laurie Strode put together and she was living in for all those years. And you see the granddaughter with the knife that Michael Myers was using. And the first thing that came to mind to me was Halloween 4. In Halloween 4, if you remember the girl Jamie, where she had she ended up killing I forgot who she killed at the end of Halloween 4, but she made a kill at the end, and it looked like she would become the new Michael Myers. But they never fucking went that way. I muted a minute ago, but I love your face. I can't wait to listen. Thanks, Joe. Holy shit. But I love the fact that they kind of went with that and they're saying, okay, you're going to be the new Michael Myers. Then Halloween 5 fucking comes in and they fuck that whole shit up. And it's like, what the fuck? But you see at the end of the movie, you see Allison with the knife and you're like, okay, is she going to become the new Michael Myers? Because let's face it, Michael's been burned alive. We don't know. Where they're going with it. What I learned from Danny McBride was they were supposed to shoot 2 movies back to back. So you're going to have a movie this year and a movie next year. But what happened was they ended up not doing that. And the reason they didn't do it is because they were worried that this movie was not going to do very well in the box office. Compared to a movie that, cost $10 to $15 million to make. And by after this weekend, they'll be well over $100 million in terms of overall fucking profit. Trust me, we're getting another Halloween movie. Okay? And I feel like this Halloween movie, the next one, as a direct sequel, again, will take place probably in the same night. Because I think that's the direction they wanted to go. They wanted it to take place same night. Shit was going to go down. And we see the knife with the granddaughter. And it would be pretty cool if the essence of Michael, the pure evil of Michael, transfers over to Allison and she becomes the new Michael Myers. I think would be very interesting. And maybe we get that payoff we really wanted from Halloween 4. But chances are we probably won't get that. But there you go. Spoiler warning over, everybody. I'm not warning any more of the movie. You can unmute now. So unmute. You can come back. It's okay. But overall, the movie's really good. Go watch it. Joe said he's watching it this weekend. Go watch the movie. It's fantastic. You're going to have a good time. As I said, the kills are brutal. and not every one of them takes place over the screen. So there you go. Thank you, Elias, putting in the unmute for everyone. We're not talking spoilers anymore. So, but yeah, you don't need to watch all the other Halloween movies. Just watch the original, and then you can watch this. You're good to go. You don't need to see Halloween H2O or all that other shit. You could skip all that stuff. You just need the original and the new one. You're good to go. That's it. But overall, the movie's really good. Enjoy it. If you're a fan of Halloween, you're going to have a good time. That's what I will tell you. So go see it. I'll give 4.5 kitchen knives out of 5, says Dan Rex. 4.5 out of 5 kitchen knives. It's not the only weapon he uses in the movie, but you know you're getting the knife. So that's what it's all about. But I want to transition into that to scary movies because I asked a Twitter question this week of your favorite scary movies. And you guys, I got quite a few answers on this one. So thank you guys for everyone who participated on Twitter. And I asked the question, what was your favorite scary movie? So I'm pretty sure some of you guys will mention some of them in the chat. But I'm going to read off what some of you guys said on Twitter. And I'm starting out with the one and only Billy Ricky. At Billy Ricky03 says, any Friday the 13th, because Jason is a badass motherfucker. Well, Jason didn't kill anybody in the first movie, so that was Jason's mother. But Jason making all the other kills in the movie, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, he was a badass motherfucker because one of my favorites, and Ken mentioned this last night, obviously is the sleeping bag kill. So it's just awesome. And by the way, I think the sleeping bag kill is in the Friday the 13th video game, so make sure you guys check that out. Because on PlayStation, it's free this month. So make sure you guys have downloaded Friday the 13th, the game, because I'm going to have a live stream. When I get back home in Florida, we're going right to Friday the 13th. So if you got PlayStation 4, download Friday the 13th because we're going to be playing that game. So we're going to have Jason versus all the camp counselors. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys tune in for that if you don't have PS4. But if you do, get the game, download it so you can participate with the rest of us because it's going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee someone's going to do Jason Voorhees but voice him as Mickey Mouse. I mean, it'll be fucking great. So don't do drugs, have sex. Oh yeah, the typical freaking tropes. I don't mind spoilers, to be honest, just figured I'd do it. Favorite scary movie is tough. I like the old ones. Killer Clowns, Puppet Master. Holy shit. Poltergeist. Fuck yeah, Joe. Fucking Poltergeist is awesome. I just actually got that last night on my iTunes because I've been hearing something about the Blu-rays with Poltergeist have been putting the newer Poltergeist reboot and disguising it as the 1982 original. I found out this over at Best Buy. So I ended up getting an iTunes last night, and I was loving it, watching Poltergeist all over again. And that's one of my favorite scary movies is Poltergeist, because it scared the shit out of me as a kid when I first watched it. But holy cow. Moving on, NG Fresh. My favorite horror movies are Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Really? Friday the 13th, Part 8? If I remember Friday the 13th, Part 8, was that the one where Jason's running through freaking New York and he kicks the fucking boombox, and then all of a sudden you got the other guys saying, hey, I'm going to kick your fucking ass, and then all of a sudden he just picks up his mask, they see his face, and they're like, never mind, and fucking run off. Friday the 13th, Part 8. Come on, man. I think that was more of like a comedy. But he also says Halloween 1978, Halloween 2 remake by Rob Zombie, Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, that one was okay. I don't think it was great, but it was I would have rather had more Freddy versus Jason moments. We didn't really get that much of it from that movie, but still, okay. And Rob Zombie's House of 1,000 Corpses. I like that one. I love them all because of the kills and the stories. All of it is great to me. Okay. I mean, I don't think Friday the 13th Part 8 is my favorite. I'm more for the original. And hell, even Part 2 was pretty cool too. I like Part 2 for Friday the 13th as well. What's up, Beersy? Dan Rex, the one and only Dan Rex. We've seen him in the chat tonight. Halloween 1978 and 2018, and Saw. For the Halloween movies, what's up, Luke Rojas? For the Halloween movies, because it has a ghost story to it. Ghost story? Maybe a gory story? I don't know. TSS just said Freddy got fingered. I knew that was coming. You motherfucker. Freddy got fingered from TSS too. You crazy boy. But yeah, there's a ghost story to it if you're new to the Halloween franchise without watching the other sequels and the Rob Zombie remake. For Saw, because it first started. Good, I meant. Okay, thank you, Dan Rex. Yeah, good story. But for Saw, because it first started out as a short film by two guys and then had enough money to make a better quality and longer version of said short film. I like the first Saw. I know it wasn't too big on all the freaking sequels, but the first Saw was pretty fucking cool. And I remember going to the theater for a later Saw movie, and it sucked fucking balls. It really did. It just like sucked fucking balls. I did not see the one called Jigsaw. I have not seen that one. Luke Rojas, Freddy got fucked in the ass. Oh boy. Movie god Gina, the one and only Gina J, says Nightmare on Elm Street because my mom used to have long nails and she'd creep downstairs whenever my friends and I were watching it and scare the fuck out of us by grabbing us with those nails. I actually like that. Good call, Gina. Holy shit. Sausage. One and only Sausage. At sausage_3000 over there on Twitter says Nightmare on Elm Street. Very different concept from other horror movies. And because of Freddy Krueger and the whole storyline, and I thought Nancy was great. Yeah, Nancy was great. She's pretty hot in that movie, too. Remember Johnny Depp was in one of them. I think it was the sequel. He died in the sequel. I think it was that bedroom scene on the freaking bed and the blood was fucking flying around everywhere. So I thought that was really cool. Yes, Luke, we're reading off the Twitter comments, buddy. At Gatekeeper5150, this is Gatekeeper Drew, says Saw. The series as a whole was awesome, but I think the first 3, maybe 4, really was the best. So, Saw. So another one there with Saw. At Foulmouth Mike, the one and only... Mike, was it the first one? Okay, thank you, Dan Rex. It was the first movie that had Johnny Depp in it. Okay. Foulmouth Mike says Christine, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Rob Zombie's Halloween were his favorite scary movies. Let me give you some of mine right off the bat. Obviously, I mentioned Poltergeist from back in 1982. Joe Cronin also mentioned Strangeland, House of a Thousand Corpses. Everyone likes House of a Thousand Corpses. That was really good. Poltergeist from 1982. Absolutely one of my favorites. As I said, scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, growing up, watching that movie. It was just absolutely fantastic. And I think I probably had a few nightmares at night from that. But I still remember the midget woman, like, run to the light, Carolyn, run to the light. I was like, what the fuck, dude? It's just seeing her. And by the way, Halloween Horror Nights this year, when I was there at Halloween Horror Nights, there you go, Halloween Horror Nights, they had the someone looking like the character in the haunted house, and she started doing all the different lines. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I thought that was really cool. So they had that, and it was like how you were going into the Inside Out, I'm thinking Upside Down thing of Stranger Things, but going to the other side, they had that moment there in the movie, and they had all the characters and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool. And when you started the maze, you started from the pool scene, so you were coming up from the pool to the moment when they were taking Carol Ann. So I thought that was really awesome. But that was one of my favorites. The original Friday the 13th is awesome still to me to this day. Obviously, the original Halloween, which I actually just got on 4K Blu-ray. It's sitting at my house. So when I open up all the goodies I have at the house, that's one of them. Trick or Treat. Not a lot of people mention Trick or Treat from back in 2008. This is one of the other more modern horror movies. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend you guys check out Trick or Treat. Anna Paquin is in that movie. And it's about following the rules of Halloween. So when you don't follow the rules, they have this character named Sam, who's kind of in like a potato mask kind of thing. A potato sack mask. Sam the Sack Kid. Yeah. He'll come out and he'll kill you. So following the rules of Halloween. So it's actually really cool. Again, it was also a haunted house this year at Halloween Horror Nights. So I actually just watched Trick or Treat probably in the last couple of weeks. But I've been to the haunted house over at Universal, and I sat there and said, holy shit, how have I not seen this? And I actually got it, and I thought that was awesome. Kevin Carter mentions Children of the Corn. Gina mentions Maximum Overdrive. Oh my God. You're talking about a movie that was cheesy as fuck. Was Maximum Overdrive, but I do remember that. Stephen King, known for some great fucking horror flicks. Pet Semetary's coming back. I did see the trailer for Pet Sematary. that's coming out next year, and it looks great, dude. I'm looking forward to the reboot of Pet Cemetery. So make sure you guys check that out. There's a trailer on YouTube somewhere. Semis scare me. Semi what, Gina? No, just throwing that out there. It, obviously, I'm not talking about the TV series. It wasn't really scary at all. For me, it was the newer movie that they have out, and the sequel, which is going to be out next year. I really loved it. So the new It movie is very good. I'm down for that. The original Nightmare on Elm Street. I would even go as far as to say Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. I kind of like that movie, so I'm kind of down for that one. Well, those type of semis don't scare me. Okay. When you got one that looks like the freaking face of the Green Goblin on the front, I don't think you're going to be scared of that one. It scared me a bit because I was a kid, to be honest. It's up there with Poltergeist. Okay. I mean, granted, Tim Myers, was it... Did I give his name right? I probably don't remember him. Tim Curry. Sorry, Tim Curry. He was. I'm not saying he was a terrible Pennywise. He got me a little bit. So Dan Rex mentioning Cujo, and Cody26 says Chucky. Obviously, we're talking about Child's Play. I like the movies. I didn't think they were great, but Child's Play was okay. I started thinking of another movie called Jacob's Ladder, which is another really good scary movie to go check out. Jacob's Ladder, a good one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, obviously, is very good. I can't go as far without mentioning Cabin in the Woods, because Cabin in the Woods was so fucking awesome. If you've never seen it, again, this was something where I went to Halloween Horror Nights, checked out Cabin in the Woods, the haunted house, and it was like, oh shit, that was good. Cube. When they're in the freaking elevator and it's like cubes all over the place. It was, and all the different horror monsters that you see. Oh, it's a movie too. Okay, so Cube is a movie. I never saw that one. So thank you. Joe just mentioned one. Jamie Mills brings up Halloween, obviously. We've been talking about that so far today, as we're coming up in an hour and a half in this podcast. Holy cow, dude. I didn't think I was going to go that long. I mean, Joe's got to get ready for Throwdown tonight. But, Bride of Chucky. Someone brought up. Rob Zombie spends 45 minutes on a kid, Michael Myers, and then makes a shot remake of Halloween. Yeah. Putting the kids' bed to this. Oh, I appreciate it, Joe. Joe Cronin in the house. Make sure you guys, if you're new here, if you haven't checked out Joe Cronin Show, make sure you do that on YouTube. Joe Cronin Show on YouTube, at Corrupted Pod, over on Twitter. The Ring, again, another great example. Kevin Carter bringing up The Ring. I saw one for Beetlejuice up there. I don't think Beetlejuice was a scary movie, but it was funny. I actually enjoyed Beetlejuice a lot, and I have been hearing rumors that they want to do another Beetlejuice movie. We just never really saw it yet. Rose Red and Rosemary's Baby, says Gina J. Ah, there you go. The Shining, another really good example of a great scary movie I would bring up is The Shining. Absolutely fantastic. Christine was very good. I can think of a lot of Stephen King movies and sit and say how much I enjoyed them. Scream. Thank you. Cody brought up Scream. I remember seeing this one in the movie theater for the first time and absolutely loved it. I love that one. Pet Cemetery, says Steve Callan. Final Destination, says Cody. 26, bringing up Final Destination. Again, it was a decent movie. Pet Cemetery is still a favorite of mine. Dan Rex bringing up the Blair Witch Project. I thought that one was okay. Between Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity, I'm like, it is what it is. Jeepers Creepers, another one, at least for the first two. Again, that was mentioned on Foul Mounts last night. They mentioned Jeepers Creepers, but it was good. Blair Witch Project, because it's the most real of horror movies you can get, says Luke Rojas. I would agree to it. I don't think it was the greatest movie, but still, I like the direction that they took for Blair Witch Project. I'm not going to lie. I thought the direction that they had was very good. The ideas that they were bringing forth was great. But I know I mentioned Cabin in the Woods. I love the idea that they did with the movie. Joss Whedon was a part of that one. You get a lot of the comedy. 50 Shades is a terrifying movie, says Dan Rex. Yeah, that pretty much is a terrifying movie. 50 Shades. Oh my God. But Blair Witch, let's not for 2.5 hours straight. Oh my God. Luke Rojas. All right, now I know Luke Rojas is trolling when he says Ready Player One. Oh my God. Real Dave Doherty. What's up, Dave? Himmelgod is your servant. Oh my God. Holy shit, man. But a lot of great scary movies. Obviously, I don't watch as many horror movies as they should have. And I'm kind of disappointed how Netflix doesn't have a lot of horror movies up. Candyman. There's another one. Dan Rex brought up Candyman. Another interesting movie. But not a lot of horror movies being shown on Netflix right now, or Amazon Prime's got a few, but not that many. HBO Now doesn't have that many up there right now. It's like you think it's Halloween. Give me the fucking scary movies. I'm not going to watch them on AMC because they're going to be, censored down because you're not going to see all the brutal stuff you want to see. So it's like, what the fuck? I want more shit. What about Pinhead? Oh, bringing up Hellraiser, says Real Dave Doherty. Again, good movie. Not gonna lie, Hellraiser, good movies. Anyone remember Dr. Giggles? Actually, no, Gina, I don't. I'm sure Gina's gonna fill us in on that one. Dr. Giggles, holy shit. Mr. Crowley. I know someone mentioned yesterday, what was it, The Faculty. Hey, that was a good movie. I don't know if it was a total scary movie, but Faculty was a pretty decent flick. So, Hannibal and the Right. Again, Kevin Carter. Appreciate it, Kevin. Everybody's bringing them up. Let's get into the scary video games, too, because I want to do that. Dan Rex bringing up The Hills Have Eyes. Kevin Carter says The Silence of the Lambs. Okay, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, that could be fit as a kind of scary, like a psychological thriller kind of scary movie, though. Yeah, I could see that one fitting in there. Tales from the Crypt. Remember Tales from the Crypt? That was brought up. Creep Show being another one. The Shining we mentioned. Misery was very good. Cabin in the Woods, of course, awesome. Psycho, yes, Psycho was great. Silence of the Lambs. Carrie. I did not hear Carrie last night. That was a really good one. Good job, Steve Callan. Cody brings up Wrong Turn. Another interesting one. Tales from the Crypt can be funny too. Absolutely agree. Dan Rex brings up Goosebumps. I don't know if Goosebumps would be a scary movie, but still. It is what it is. Insidious. Oh, dude. Insidious was a good haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. What's up, Coop? We got Coop the comedian in the house. Luke Rojas, American Psycho, more of a dark comedy, but still has horror in it. I agree. I like American Psycho. I just watched that probably a couple months ago. They had it on HBO Now. I ended up watching American Psycho. Let's get to scary video games real quick. I asked a question on this on Twitter. Didn't get as many answers as I thought I would, but I'll share a few with you. At Dark Marco 25 brought up probably say either Run Like Hell or the first Fear. Fear was a very good shooter, but a horror game on top of that, and was actually a really good horror one. I don't know as much about I would say the sequels are that great, but at least for the first one, I would definitely put in that equation. So great one there from Doc Marco. NG Fresh. Mine would be Friday the 13th, the game, the new one, which is awesome. Get it on PS4. It's free right now, folks. And Dead by Daylight, another really good one from NG Fresh. Dan Rex has chimed in and, of course, said one of the ones I was going to bring up, Dead Space. Dead Space is great. If you played it, it's available on the Xbox. You can play it on Xbox One through backwards compatibility. They have the 3 games there. Cody just brought up The Evil Within. Resident Evil is also a good one. I would probably move more towards Resident Evil 2 in terms of horror. Because the first one, while it's a survival horror game, it's kind of drowned out a little bit. Doesn't feel, we're a little bit more sensitized to the stuff we would see in that game compared to, say, a Resident Evil 2, which is a little bit scarier in terms of the approach that they bring together in that game. The third one can even be put in there. Silent Hill mentions Dan Rex, rest in peace, Silent Hills, meaning the PT demo. Real Dave already mentioned Siren. Resident Evil, as I just mentioned. The Evil Within, you guys just brought up. Trying to think of some other ones right off the bat. How about Condemned? At least for the first one. The first Condemned fits in as a scary game. I would put into that equation. Also, I would say Alien Isolation would be another one. So going back, kind of giving you the sci-fi horror, because the alien in that game is 100% unpredictable. You don't know where it's going to be at any time. Dead Space 3, though, is more of an action game. compared to, and then a scary game, but at least the first two were scary. BioShock, I would definitely put in that equation. At least for the first game, I could maybe see the second game in it a little bit, but more of the first game, I think you get. But it also fits of a psychological thriller style of game as well. Let me get a drink here real quick. Better. Someone just said Outlast. Holy shit. Outlast is a very good one. Very good call. Luke Rojas also mentioned Silent Hill as well. Both of those games, again, very good. Resident Evil, like I mentioned. I was thinking Left 4 Dead for a second, but I was like, nah, Left 4 Dead's not really a horror game. It's just a straight up zombie game. The same thing I could say about Zombie Army Trilogy, kind of in that same equation where it's like you're just shooting zombies and other creatures. I wouldn't even put the Call of Duty zombie storyline as horror either. It's, again, a little bit more action oriented, taking on hordes of zombies. But yeah, the genre's kind of died down a little bit. But we got Resident Evil 7, which actually was very good in terms of games that are definitely scary. But yeah, the Evil Within, Resident Evil 2, 4 is a little bit more action oriented. Metroid Prime 2. And of course, the greatest horror game, Luigi's Mansion. Luke Rojas, I guess, didn't like Alien. Says Alien was boring. Alien, by the way, was a great movie for a scary movie. That was good. Dan Rex bringing up Resident Evil 7 was very good as well, especially as a first-person game. Even though future Resident Evils are not going to go in a first-person route, we learned that. So a little disappointing there on that angle. So, is what it is. But yeah, for games, it's great. I even said, how about Until Dawn is another one, which is a story-based game. You got 8 teenagers, and you play the game, and you're going through it. It's got all the horror tropes in it. You pick things in the game when you got this psychiatrist talking to you, and he's trying to figure out what scares you, because then they throw those moments into the game. So say if you were scared of fucking clowns, you put fucking clowns in the game, and all sorts of shit. I even put Until Dawn Rush of Blood on PlayStation VR, and especially Resident Evil 7 on PlayStation VR is very good. So I would definitely put both of those in that category for horror games. So again, Until Dawn was awesome because you're trying to see if you can get all the teenagers to survive, and you have to really work hard to get them all to survive. But then again, you could kill them all too. So just a thought. Basement played that one. It was fun to watch. Absolutely. I plan on streaming it. Eventually, when I'm home, I'm going to do Until Dawn, so we can all sit there and make choices together, because that would be a blast. Dan Rex also brings up Prey. Yeah, I would put Prey in that equation. It's a good survival horror game. One last Twitter question this week. I see there, Resident Evil 2 Remaster. Can't wait to see it. Dave, I agree with you. I can't wait for that one either. I got the collector's edition coming in January, so I'm looking forward to it. Luke Rojas says, in her mouth. Luke is trolling, dude. You gotta love Luke. He is the fun troll in here in this chat, dude. He's a lot of fun. Last Twitter question of the week. We talked about Halloween itself, Halloween traditions, things that you would do on Halloween. And some of you guys answered that, so I'm pretty sure some of them. We were hoping that Gina would give her Slutoween answer, but she didn't. Oh, well, we tried, but it didn't work out that way. But here's some of the ones I got from Halloween memories here. At RJR7386, Ryan says, my favorite costume was Batman at age 6. And I love how there's a little gif of some little kid running around as Batman, so I thought that was pretty cool. Even though we know that wasn't him, but that was still pretty neat. If it was, I'd be shocked. But at RealWill10 says, well, I don't have a picture, which I didn't require pictures, guys. But one year, my mom made costumes for my brothers and I. Me and my youngest brother were the Power Rangers. And my middle brother was Scorpion. Obviously, your middle brother got the better end of the deal. Gina says, I'm not a slut, though. I stay home with my kids. Proper lady. But you were partying a lot when you were younger there, Gina. Come on. Oh, man. Trick or treat, smelly feet. Give me something good to eat, says Dan Rex. Oh, man. Billy Ricky has one here. At the time, me and my friend thought Leatherface and Jason were real. With a shovel, and we thought they were real, so we ran so hard he busted his ass and his candy went everywhere, laughing my ass off. brings up Billy Ricky. Dude, I remember dressing up a lot for Halloween. I haven't been able to do that for the past several years, which I really wish that I could, but I've been working, and a lot of times when we work, Halloween ends up falling on it. Next week is Halloween, so maybe there's a chance I could do something up here in Green Bay dressed up as something. I don't know what I would do, but we'll head down to the Party City at least to see what we got out there, or I can make something good. But obviously, Michael Myers comes in as a great idea. So Danrick says, I was Jason last year. So there you go. See, there you go. You had the hockey mask and all. But I would definitely do a Michael Myers for sure. One year I wanted to do Negan, and I didn't get the opportunity to do Negan. I was really wanting to do the whole thing because I had the leather jacket and the whole works to do Negan, and that would be awesome. Does Jaws count? Yeah, I know Connie Chris brought it up last night about Jaws, and it's hard for me to not sit there and not include Jaws as a horror movie. So, Comedian says, my Halloween tradition is watching the Simpsons Treehouse episode. Holy shit. TSS brought up, imagine someone turn the cable guy into an actual horror. Dude, that would be hilarious. It was a good dark comedy, but man, I could see that as a kind of a creepy horror movie. They could do that with the cable guy. I think that would be interesting. Just don't have Jim Carrey play the role. Find someone else, but don't use Jim Carrey. But I do have beard. I did have a beard at the time, so when I was willing to do Negan, I didn't get the chance to do it. I went as Bambi one year. Another was Poison Ivy. Aha! Gene is coming out, everybody. Here it comes. The real Gene is coming out. My gay boss made the costume, which basically consisted of minimum cloth and leaves. The real Gene is coming out, everybody. All we need is to get Gina a few drinks, and we'll learn everything about Gina. Just kidding, girl. I love you, Gina. I love you. But I remember my first Halloween, I was dressed as C-3PO from Star Wars. My mom ended up getting that costume for me, and ended up being C-3PO. But a lot of other Halloweens, yeah, I kind of go for the more original stuff and dressing up, especially for like doing a Negan. Obviously, a Michael Myers, I think would be great. And of course, Jason, I've done. So I've done the hockey mask, and doing Jason Voorhees was great. So I've been around, did a lot of stuff. Just don't put a sheet over you and be a ghost, because that's just lame and stupid. Some people have done that, and I'm like, that is the lamest Halloween costume ever. It's like no ingenuity whatsoever. So it's like, don't do that shit. But yeah, Gina is Poison Ivy. Sexy. I'm down for that. Sure, we'll get plenty of Slutoween in New York this weekend, but it is what it is. It's going to be a fun weekend in New York, guys. I'm looking forward to it, as long as my flight doesn't get canceled. We'll be watching for that in the next 24 hours because I'm supposed to be there on Saturday afternoon. We'll have Insomniac that night on the weekend. Be at the Nassau Coliseum on Sunday. Hopefully Joe Cronin shows up. That would be really cool because I'm up there in the Northeast. And it'll be a blast. Start drinking, Das Boot. So much stuff going on. Obviously, I'm sure we'll catch a Halloween party or two over the weekend, because Halloween's one of my favorite times of the year. I love Halloween. I wish I could do so much more. But usually my outage season falls around that time, and it just sucks that we don't have as many opportunities to do cool shit. Ken and the Himmelgod together at last in New York. It's going to be awesome. Thanks, Dan Rex. This has been a great episode, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet because I want to have all the fun, because I'm about to get serious. And yes, Halloween is the best time of year, Joe. I agree with you, and it's one of my favorites outside of Christmas. I mean, these are my favorite times. And to me, the holiday season starts now. This is the holiday season. We're in it, and we go all the way to the end of the year. It's all the holidays, and this is my favorite. That's why fall is one of my favorite times of the year, which we mentioned on Derailed. And this is part of the reason why I love it so much. So, fun's over. Now I need to get serious. There's some things I need to talk about. And it concerns me in general. It concerns the shows I watch, that I participate, that I donate to. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama. So this is the moment where I'm going to get serious. I'm not going to yell because there's no reason for me to. Am I angry about some things? Yes. Tommy NC is going off. Oh, no. But there's a lot of things that have been happening in the past few weeks that I want to get to, even in the past few months that I want to get and touch base on. Because one of those people was in the chat tonight. Obviously, he's not around right now, but he did show up. Frankly, I don't care that he was here, but I'll just say thanks for the view. But I want to address some things. First off, on the Tommy NC thing. Obviously, what was it? A couple of weeks ago, I booted off Tommy NC with a $1,000 donation on Foulmouths over the weekend on Insomniac. We booted him because he kind of egged us on to kind of do it. And I chose to go ahead and drop a bomb that would ban him to the end of the year. And let's just face it, when Tommy sits there and eggs it on you, it's kind of like you just have to answer to it. And I ended up answering to it, banned him for the rest of the year. I did say on Twitter that, and everyone obviously knows this, that after Tommy's ban is over, I will not ban Tommy ever again. I think the kid suffered enough. And I'm making it clear to everybody today. He still has to serve his time to the end of the year on Foulmouths. But there will be no more bans issued on Tommy NC ever again. So don't expect me to do it on monetize this or anything like that. If you guys want to do it, that's fine. But I'm not going to be the one to ban Tommy anymore. I've done it so many times that it's kind of getting boring to me to go ahead and keep doing it. And while it's good for the creators to make money, for Joe and Ken to get some good money out of it, honestly, I just don't want to be known as a one-trick pony that all I'm there to do is ban Tommy. I don't want to do that anymore. So obviously, for the rest of this year, Foulmouths, Tommy, you're banned. That's it. There's no way around that. You have to serve the time. But when 2019 rolls around, you will not expect any ban hammers to ever come from me in a donation. So it's not going to happen. The same thing on Joe's shows from this moment forward. There will not be any more ban hammers being dropped by me in a donation for Tommy. Let Tommy be on. Let him be him. Let him have fun. Whatever Joe and Ken want to do, that's their choice. It's their show. They can do whatever they feel. And if you guys want to continue the legacy that I've done for so long, please have at it. I know Gorilla Strong said he would do it, and I'm down for that. Go ahead. I'm going to have a good laugh out of it. I've talked to Tommy quite a bit. We do talk. Not as much as I wanted to during outage season, because he knows I was busy. But there were times where I could sit there and say, Tommy, don't take it personal. You put it on yourself. You know, I love you. Just, deal with it. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be okay with that. Obviously he is. I mean, I don't mind a meltdown once in a while, but, that's how it is. As far as these two other individuals whose names will not be mentioned, because I'm not going to give them the time of day. Obviously, I'm pretty sure some of you in the chat will. But some people think that I banned at least one or both of these individuals from Joe's show or Ken's show or anything like that. Let me just state that I did not do that. I've said in the chat or even on Twitter that I choose to tune out whenever these two individuals show up on a show. I just choose to step out of the show for at least a segment or two and then come back when they're gone. I never banned anybody. I don't have that power to do that. So understand that I didn't do anything. It's the host of the show and their discretion whether they choose to have someone on or not. So as far as those two individuals, I don't care if they're on the show. Joe, Ken, Billy, Ricky, or Drew, or anybody can have them on. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that if they're on, I'm just going to tune out for that time or mute it so I don't have to hear them and then come back later and have fun again when they're not there. That's what I'm looking at. So there's no double standards. The same thing on one show happens on all the others. That's my rules. Some people might have a double standard. I don't know, but I don't. My rule is if they're on, I'm off. I'll mute it, or I'll turn it off to watch another video for a moment, come back in about 10, 15 minutes. If they're gone, fine. Go back and enjoy the show again. You know, I'm there for comedy. I'm there for fun and entertainment. I think the rest of us feel the same way. You know, we want to be entertained and have a good time. I just don't find these two individuals entertaining. And it kind of stems on some of the things that these two gentlemen, and I use that term very loosely, have said about me, have talked some junk about me, have made serious allegations towards me, which I will name off. Now, as far as name calling is concerned, it's very grade school, and I'm not going to take those very seriously. So for them to call me a geek, thank you. I'll just say thanks. We're all a geek in some way, shape, or form. Every single one of us. Whether we're gamers, movie buffs, whether we have big collections of figures, or if we're into anime, if we're into sex fetishes and sex toys and all this other stuff. We all have a geek passion somewhere. All right? Everyone does. So to say that I'm a geek, I'm just going to sit and say thank you. I'll take that. We all are. Even you that mentioned it. For the other person to say that I am a middle-aged single man with a bank account, I'm going to sit and say thank you. Because, again, it's not like you're not describing me on anything. You know, that's how it is. And I don't have a problem with them people saying, hey, you're just a single man with a bank account. Fine, whatever. But what I do have problems with is a couple other things. Number one, to say that people that consider me as a friend, they think I bought them with this. This is what bothers me. I never bought anyone. I never handed them a $100 bill and said, be my friend. That is a lie. I don't buy people. I don't make friends with a wallet. Okay? They want to sit there and say that when I donate to all these shows, I'm trying to buy friends. I'm not buying friends. I got hundreds of friends. I have a family at home that supports me, and I support them. I have a huge support system at home and when I'm on the road, which where I'm at right now. I have friends here in Green Bay. I have friends in Georgia. I have friends in Alabama. I got friends in Florida. Okay? And for everyone that's here, everyone who watches the show, everyone who's been on any other show, are all friends of mine. I didn't buy you. Never. I didn't even hand it in. Like, OKFabe was a great example. I never donated anything to OKFabe, and he's a friend of mine. Right? Drew is a friend of mine. Drew invited me to be a part of Derailed. I didn't come to him for it. He came to me. I said, you want to be a part of Derailed? Sure. Why not? I have fun. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me to think that people think that I use a wallet for friends. I remember someone making a fake Twitter account, which, by the way, thanks for the fake Twitter account. That was awesome. Too bad you fucking deleted it. That went and said, hi, my name is Brian Dickelfarb. I'm from Lonelyville. I have money. Please be my friend. At least be a man and keep that shit up. You know you made it on Twitter or any type of social media if you're going to go ahead and make a fake troll account. So, thank you. You know, thanks to everyone who brought it up, because by the time I heard about it, when I woke up in that afternoon, I looked for it. Couldn't find it, but thank you for showing me the pictures of it. Obviously, these two individuals, whose names will not be mentioned, didn't want to go ahead and have it up. But what really got to me, what really pissed me off, is when they said things in DMs. Obviously, Joe knows about it, about saying I was a sex offender, going as far as sexual predator, child molester, running a child slave ring. Those things got to me because they're uncalled for. None of that explains me. I agree, Joe, what the fuck? I agree. You know, if I was these things that Dave said, a good question comes into play. How is it that I'm donating with my real name? If I was a child molester, how is it that I live near a school? If I'm a sexual predator or a child molester, I would have to put my name on a national list for sex offenders, sexual predators, and child molesters. Please tell me where I'm at on that list, because obviously I'm not. I would have a mug shot. I've never been to jail. Literally, never been to jail. I know, it's surprising. Never been to jail. So where's my mug shot? You know, I mean, why does it just doesn't make sense. It kills me inside for people to think that. I have 2 nieces and a nephew that I love very much. One of my nieces is 18 years old. She's going to college. My other niece is 5. And she's amazing. Smart as hell. My nephew, 13 years old. Awesome. He loves to hang out with me every time. Every time I'm home, he wants to hang out with me. He plays Xbox with me. When I'm out on the road, I go online on Xbox and we're playing games. God forbid, if I was a child molester, I wouldn't be able to play on Xbox, for crying out loud. They would cancel my account. So how am I a sex offender, a sexual predator, a child molester, or run a child slave ring? Kind of all stems back to the Monetize This championship that I was able to win. It was a great moment. It was awesome. It was amazing. I loved it. You all helped me out get points in the bank and win the belt. Great. I loved it. I loved having that belt. I wish I could have done more with that belt. I really do. If I was in Florida, I'd do a shit ton with the belt. I know Drew and I joke about it all the time, but it's a work. We joke around. It's not real. He can run around with that little strap. I think it's funny. You know, I wish I could have done more with that belt. And if I do get another time with that belt down the road, great. I would love it. Because I'll be in Florida doing something with it. Go to the theme parks with it. You know, travel around with that belt. I'd have a blast. We just couldn't do much while I was up here. And I think the rules were I had a limited amount of time to cash it in, so I had to take advantage of it. But what made it worse was when I mailed it back and everything got messed up with the mail, that all of a sudden everybody wanted to turn on me and think that I'm holding it hostage. And I'm not. Never did. Belt's back on the show. Everyone knows I'm straight up, dude. I keep everything, out in the open for everyone to see. Himmel must be champ again. Hey, one day it could happen. Maybe I'll do it virtually in WWE 2K19. I am creating to monetize this belt on there right now. And characters for Himmelgod Wrestling Federation. We'll get to that at the end. But I want to say, because of this other podcast that's out there, and for these guys to create community conspiracy files, okay? And you have these 2 guys who are desperate, so desperate for attention. Oh, you did? There you go. Joe created the title. It's on Patreon. There you go. I gotta have to look at it because I gotta see if I get it down right. But these 2 gentlemen, again, I use the term very loosely, desperate for attention. They call one of them calls Ken's show 60 times. Might be exaggerated a little bit, but it's funny that I can call once and get on. Because the difference between me and the 2 of you and anybody else that calls the show is at least we're mature. Luke Rojas could be a fun troll in this chat, but at least he's mature. Okay? Sausage is more mature than his age. But we're all mature human beings. Joe Cronin is a mature human being. He might act crazy on his shows, but he's still a mature human being, and he's a father to 3 children. I'm an uncle to 3 kids. I'm a mature human being. I have respect. And I treat people with respect. I treat people the way they should be treated. And if you feel that you need to be treated like shit, I'll do it. But more than likely, I won't. See, I like to kill with kindness. And for you 2 guys, it's time to join the mature age. It's 2018, man. It's time for maturity. And for a guy like Pro Violence, whose name I will mention because I have respect for Pro Violence, you got 2 guys that are hanging on your nutsack right now that will do anything to be relevant in this day and age. You don't need them, but they need you. Just like those two guys need the rest of us to create content. Because without us, they have nothing. And pro-violence, if you got rid of those two and concentrated on the talents that you have, you'd be a bigger YouTuber. No one cares about this stuff to bring out in a community. No one cares. The words that these two individuals will use, and I'm pretty sure they'll still talk about me, because obviously they don't have the balls to say it to my face. They'll hide behind their computers. They'll hide behind Skype. They'll hide behind a camera. And they won't say it to my face. All right, if you guys want a chance to say it to my face, October 28th, Nassau Coliseum, show up. Say it to my face. Because I know you won't. You guys are too pussy to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, pro-violence is a good guy. Ditch the zeros. Concentrate on talent. Okay? And put stuff on YouTube that people really want to watch. No one wants to watch community conspiracy files. No one cares about that stuff. Move on from them. I know you can rap. Shoot, do that. Look what Cunny Chris is doing right now, and he's killing it. All right? You do the same thing. We got some guys that are great rappers. You do the same thing, pro, because I know you can do that. That's how talented you are. You don't need... I almost mentioned his name. You don't need the other two guys that are riding on your ball sack, and one of those two is pretty much a lapdog to the other. So I say this. For these two individuals, you know what? I'll just mention their name right now. Scott McKinnon, young Republican. Your words will fall upon deaf ears. Anything you say from this moment forward, I just don't care. Because they're meaningless. They're lies that you like to disguise as truth and say you're real as fuck. But you're not. You're not pillars of the community at all. You're trolls. You're a joke. You're an afterthought. No one cares about you. And it's for us as a community, and I hate using that word, but I'm using it tonight. But for us as a community, we need to ignore them. Forget they even exist. These two, as of today, are dead to me. They're dead to me. That's why I choose not to listen to them. I don't care. I don't care what they say. They're liars. And so instead of listening to stuff like that, just ignore them. And once we ignore them, they're gone. They're over. They'll have to find someone else's nutsack to hang on. They have nothing. You could have had some talent, but I don't find you both very entertaining at all. And you can say whatever you want about me, because I'm not going to give a shit. You're done to me. Your all two fakes are history. And time is coming when this community will ignore you. It's coming, and it's very soon. But hey, man, 2018, either you can join us in a mature age, or you could still be overgrown children. And if that's the case, pack up your school lunch boxes, because short bus will pick you up at 7 a.m. Simple as that. You two are dead to me. Bottom line. Pro-violence, still love you, man. But anyway, guys, that's the show. I don't want to dwell on this anymore. I don't want to sit here and say anything else that needs to already be said. So I am the Himmelgod. I have spoken. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, at @highoctane_buzz. Check out YouTube. Same name, Brian Himmelfarb, or youtube.com/buzzkillerb. Same channel, take you to the same place. Twitch, _Himmelgod. Make sure you guys go check that out. We'll have some Twitch streams coming up soon. Obviously, I think South Park will be more on Twitch than I would do on YouTube, but live streams will continue in a couple of weeks. The Himmelgod Wrestling Federation is real, folks. I am creating characters right now. The very first episode of the show will be a tournament for the Monetize This Championship. So make sure you guys get ready to check that out. We got 8 people, all former and current champions, in a fucking tournament for the belt. We're going to have women's belts. We're going to have main championship belts. We'll have tag titles. We're going to have bi-weekly content of WWE 2K19. If you want yourself in the game, if you want to be represented in the game, let me know. DM me on Twitter. Send me some stats to put shit together for you. You guys want your outfits to be wild? Let me know. Give me some stats to work with, and I can build something to be pretty awesome. Gina J, we're going to make her into Poison Ivy. There's no other way around it. We're getting Gina J's Slutoween right on freaking Himmelgod Wrestling Federation. Oh, Gina, I love you. But is Captain Fanta banned? No, I never banned Captain Fanta. If you want Captain Fanta on Himmelgod Wrestling Federation, we can make it happen. I'll talk to Bobbit, and we can see what we can do. But, guys, I loved doing this show. I missed doing this for the past several weeks, and I'm glad to be back here with you guys. I will be back again next week. This weekend, I will be in New York. Barring any delayed or canceled flights, I will find my way into New York. I am invading Long Island. I will be there with Foulmouth Ken. I will be there with the Filthy Mouth Gamer. I will be there with Cunny Chris. Blake 619 is going to be there. It's a no ma'am weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Of course, with Foulmouth's Network. Hopefully, Joe Cronin can be there, man. That'll be awesome to hang out with Joe. We can start drinking Das Boots and funnels and whatever else we can fucking find. We're going to go nuts. We're going to have a great time. We're getting drunk as fuck. I might walk out with a couple championship belts, at least for myself. If I go there to when I'm there at WWE Evolution, and if I go to one of the main booths where they're selling all the merchandise, if they got the $1 million championship over there, I'm buying that day. So I'm going to make sure I have the $1 million belt. That would be pretty cool to do on the WWE live streams. Would be a blast, and maybe grab the Attitude Era belt as well. So, but guarantee we're not getting arrested. Not going to happen. But we're going to get drunk and wild and have a good time. The hotel's like right next door. So, thank you guys for everyone that was here. So many people that have been in and out throughout the night. Thanks to Joe Cronin, who was here. Thank you, Mrs. Foulmouth Ken, that was here. Drew, the gatekeeper, I saw him here tonight. Gina, who's been very active tonight. Luke Rojas, Alpha Excalibur, and Elias, my two mods. Thank you very much for being here. Vintage Dream, big shout out to you. Also, Coop the Comedian. Make sure you check him out over on Patreon. Also, check out Joe Cronin's Patreon. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Get on there and check out Corrupted on Saturdays. So make sure you guys watch Corrupted. I watch it every week. I've been watching it during the outage and then even like the day after. Steve Callen, thanks for being here. Cody26. Kevin Carter, appreciate you being here. Steve Callen, I think I mentioned you, but we'll mention you again. You know what? Shit to giggles. Why Society was in the house. Thank you for being here. Holy cow, so many people. Dan Rex, thank you. Pretty much everyone that was here. There's so many names to go through. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit subscribe. Greatly appreciate it so you get all my new content. We got more Spider-Man content coming up. Red Dead Redemption. We are just 2 hours away from Red Dead Redemption. Also, Thursday night throwdown tonight over on Joe Cronin Show. Make sure you check that out. NG Fresh, thank you for being here. I saw you here tonight. So we'll have a lot of gaming content coming up in the next week or so. So you're gonna see a shit ton of gaming content. I'm recording it as I'm working. So as I said, Spider-Man, Red Dead are probably gonna be the main ones right now. South Park eventually when I get back on Twitch. For live streaming back at home, so we'll be able to finish everything up. So, guys, thank you very much for being here. Let's go enjoy the rest of our night. Thursday night throwdown's coming up. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm ready to go, baby. I'm pretty sure the rest of you are as well. I am Brian Himmelfarb, a.k.a. the Himmelgod. I have spoken, and I'll see you guys next time.